Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion plays the Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. Still a little bit under the weather, but, 2 days ago, I was like, I feel worse than I sound. Today, I sound worse. Apparently I can't construct a sentence, but I sound worse than I feel. Which is good. Yesterday's daily was 37th place, according to Greedbutt. 0.28th percentile. Puts us at 4.42%, and really, that was a great run for raising our leaderboard position. So we rose to 86th on the leaderboard, 4.42 average percent on the run. Now we get into the point where the crowd starts to get pretty separated. We're gonna need to move more than 0.1% per run to really make big inroads here. My friend Corey is still kicking my butt. He came 15th on yesterday's daily. He's at 3.73%, but there's room to grow. So let's start today's daily off. It is Kane. I don't know how far it goes. Oh, it's St. Patrick's Day, by the way. That explains it. It's Kane to Mega Satan, and we start with the luck foot and 19 luck. Okay, so 19 luck means that we're very much invested into going to every single arcade that we can find. This is a day that I understand. National Peanut Butter Sandwich Day, I'm not necessarily 100% for, even though I do like peanut butter sandwiches. I feel like they should be celebrated on all days, not just one day. It makes it a little too easy to ignore them throughout the rest of the year. St. Patrick's Day, I understand. Did you know there's over 40 million people in the United States of Irish descent? More people than actually live in Ireland? I did not know that. I've been guilty to some extent of disliking St. Patrick's Day. I'll just tell you straight up that it is my least favorite quote-unquote holiday. But it's not because I have any disdain for the Irish, it's more because the way that it's celebrated in North America is extremely messy and pandering. I don't even mean that from a social standpoint. I just mean I'm tired of riding the bus on the second Thursday in March and having the floor covered in green vomit. But, that's maybe the issue is with the way that we celebrate it, not the fact that it shouldn't be celebrated in the first place. And to be fair, the same thing happens on Halloween, but it's orange vomit, and Valentine's Day, but it's red vomit, and, if the Canucks ever make the playoffs, except, we'll deal with that when it happens. So if this one goes to Mega Satan, we have to be looking for 50,000s. That's roughly where we need to be to score, or to rank, rather, where we ranked yesterday. So, I'm going to save money, because I really want to get an arcade on the next floor if possible. That's pretty swell as well. Apparently, I'm a 1950s malt shop owner. That's pretty swell. But I think I am going to go to our shop. And my hope in going to the shop was actually to buy a bomb. With no bomb for sale, I'm a little disappointed. Because I figured, if we can get Small Rock or something right off the bat, that would be useful for us, but no harm, no foul. Actually, our damage as Kane is totally fine, and then when you factor in the fact that we've got a little Steven as well, doing a little bit of bonus damage, we got nothing to worry about. So what is my, considering this run goes all the way to the end, no matter what, as long as we survive, what's my advice for myself? Lower that damage penalty. Feel like we peak on the caves, and then we start taking ridiculous amounts of damage. Mostly as we have to rush to get into boss rush. That's where things tend to become a problem for me. So range plus tiers is good, probably better than good. It's a fairly substantial tier delay decrease, and we could do that. But if we're gonna, I'd rather lose our golden heart before we go into that curse room if possible. Now, we might not have a choice, and that would mean that we took no damage, which is also great, but we're also hoping for an arcade on this floor. Maybe we'll be able to get into one of these rooms via a curse room instead, which would be, via a secret room instead, which would be fine as well. So I'm pretty impressed with the way these dailies have gone. I've had a decent excuse for not playing too well. The dailies got offset by one day, by the way. Because I recorded one, it was 49 minutes, and I was coughing and sputtering and sneezing all the way through it, but I was at least I got it done. And I went to upload it, and it was just a black screen. And I was like, well, that's, fool me once. Shame on whatever. But, okay. It's tempting. Okay, I think I will take Infamy. That's good enough. But what I was going to say to finish that thought is that I feel like we've been playing pretty well, despite having an excuse to play badly, and that excuse is that I'm a little under the weather. I mean, I'm not ill, I'm just a little sick, but, you know, you'd think that that would have the chance to be a little performance-reducing, but thankfully that doesn't appear to be the case necessarily so far. Might be a little bit of a seam there, it depends. I mean, sulfuric tears makes it really easy to find secret rooms if you don't want to waste bombs. Makes it really easy to crack open, you know, pots and stuff like that as well. And maybe with our luck upgrades, they would have allowed us to just shoot endlessly. I'm not actually sure about that one, though. So we will take multidimensional baby. We got several, or at least 2 luck ups there. We're ahead of schedule right now. You know that there has to be a secret room in one of these 2 locations, so it must be here. So we will gain access to the boss trap room. I don't know, counterfeit penny's like, it's pretty good, but so is paperclip. Those are both acceptable. So we will take fruitcake. Fruitcake is a very positive item that occasionally... that was really dumb. Occasionally has some negatives associated with it. For example, you know, Firemind accidentally hurting us very badly. But I think it's worth taking. I don't think our luck affects it that much. Which could be good or bad, I suppose. We got a Spirit Heart back. Bloody Penny. Again, tempting, but I do kind of like the paperclip. All other things being equal, I'll prefer to err on the side of inertia here, I suppose. So let's just go check out our shop and see how things are doing in there, and then we're going to go down to the next floor. Yeah, more options is definitely worth taking, I think, and 2 of spades, not immediately useful, but useful for the future, especially if we start to run out of keys, which seems fairly plausible. I don't like to open mimics. I think mimics, they sort of need a rebalance. I don't know if I've ever gotten an item out of a mimic. It's usually just consumables. If you ever have spirit hearts, it feels wrong to open a mimic. Red hearts are no problem. It's almost got the opposite problem. Like, you know, it's too obvious that you should open the mimic. But, you know, without having the crow's heart or whatever it's called, I don't think that that's going to be too advisable for us. So it's always a bit disconcerting when you back yourself up into a corner against these guys, but every second that it goes on that we don't get hit, it's a little bit better for us. I'm actually surprised we didn't get hit by that explosion that happened there. That one I am surprised I let myself get hit by. I just got stuck on the chasm. Money should not be a problem, by the way, because with fruitcake we're getting at least the occasional head of the keeper tiers. So we have 2 keys. I think we should... I mean, I hate doing this on a floor where we could have, or we do have no mapping. Like, we don't even know where we are. But we probably should try to save up as many keys as possible. We're looking for... I don't know what we're looking for right now, honestly. I really want to get a... pardon me, an arcade. I feel like with 21 luck, an arcade is, like, potentially game-breaking. Obviously, stuff like Gimpy or, you know, Tough Love is extremely amazing, but just being able to go into an arcade and turn 1 penny into more than 1 penny almost every time we gamble is probably going to be worth it. Even though it will cost us some time. Could definitely use some damage as well. We're still at Kane's base damage, I think. Grab that, sure. Polydactyl. I mean, I'm for it, for the most part. Pheromones is actually fine. So I think we'll go back and look for our item room, and once we find our item room, we'll be relatively good to go here. Pop 2 of spades. It's kind of a... It's not the right time to pop it, but it's not... Okay, I'll tell you what. I am going to try this. These rooms can be very, very good. So what am I looking for? Really, if I could get 2 keys out of this, I won't feel like it's a total wash. I know we're spending 4 keys, but if we get 2 keys, that still allows us to go to the shop in the item room. That Eternal Heart is basically worth nothing. Don't let it fool you. Oh, wait, we opened Golden Chest for free. That was a bit of a whiff. I was like, why aren't we losing keys? Well, you know, there's an obvious reason for that. Okay, you can't stand close to enemies anymore. Please don't stand so close to me. Well, he's paying out like crazy. Well, I mean, our luck stat, I guess, now that I think about it, is extremely high, so that makes sense. That's a really good damage upgrade. Speed up. One makes you larger, irrelevant, but, thank you. The, damage upgrade there is very useful, so I need to, you know, get it into my head here. We're not going to stand close to enemies. We've got the shot speed and range necessary to stand far away, so we got nothing to worry about. Hot bombs or Mr. Boom? I think I'm gonna take Mr. Boom because it gives me a spacebar item. I don't think that's a better trinket necessarily. We definitely paid dividends, by the way, by keeping the paperclip there. I'm surprised to see it worked out so well for us so quickly. I will take Champion Belt. There's a lot of value in Jar of Flies as well, but if we just go for raw stats, I think that's okay as well. Although, what if we look for a secret room? Like, maybe we can get to Jar of Flies. Does it make it basically worthless that we took, Mr. Boom? Yes. Not false. God, I hate... Oh, it's gotta be here. We might be able to do it. Let's see. No, unlikely. Something's wrong. Retrovision and hematemesis, so functionally worthless. Alright, I'm still happy with where we're at on this run. And we have Catacombs 2 coming up next with a real chance at an arcade. I would love to see, you know, endless money out of that combined with maybe getting a blood bag at the end. IV bag we could also probably make work, but I think we've already said no to Bloody Penny, so maybe a little bit on the lower side. You'd think this would be dicey, but I'm actually fairly unconcerned because our luck stat is so high. I guess maybe our luck stat is what determines when this dude pays out, or maybe on instantiation that's determined? Who knows, dude? Fudge. Alright, let's Joker. And I like it. I like it a lot. Our damage is getting a little silly. I don't want to have to pay to come back in here. So yeah, even though he didn't pay out with something amazing, I'm glad he paid out. Something's wrong. Bad trip. Okay. You got me. I'm drowsy. I'm drowsy! Red hearts, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so for a brief, you know, a hot minute there, I thought we might be in trouble, but I figured, you know what? Who dares wins? Let's shoot for the moon. Even if we miss, we'll land amongst the stars. Am I happy about the way that cursed room went down? Mostly not really, to be honest with you, but we shot for the moon, as said literally moments ago. Pretty lucky to get out of it, though, because, like, things could have gone substantially worse there. And actually, this room has, like, really turned it around for us. We've gotten HP out of it. We might lose the Eternal Heart because I picked it up without thinking, really, and, if we have an arcade, we're probably going to want to double down on that, but for now, this turned out actually really well. So I'd say we got very, very lucky that we, had insulation from... It wasn't even a mistake. Like, I don't think that curse room was a mistake. It's only a mistake because now we know the results. In theory, the theoretical... I mean, what I'm trying to say here is the science was sound. You know, the logic was sound in the way that we were handling that. But the bad trip pill was something that I didn't anticipate. I didn't build that into the model, Nate Silver, and then things became a little bit complicated. It actually wasn't complicated. It became so simple that it was scary. It was don't get hit or you'll die. That's easy enough. Okay. Glaucoma or Demon Baby? Glaucoma is not horrible, but I think Demon Baby is a cut above. I would love to get a Steam sale right here. Or luck upgrade. I mean, why do we care about luck upgrades? We have 22 luck. That's valid. That's valid. We have a one makes you larger pill that's doing actually 0 right now, because I don't think I ever want to use it, but... Now, if I was taking stock of this run, how does it look right now? Honestly, our damage has come up in a big way very recently, so I think that it's doing really, really well. That's not a secret room? Worth it, I think. Decidedly, like, not worth it, but that's okay. Yep. This room is... Any room with a mushroom, especially when there's congested space, is annoying as hell. So we're hoping we don't get a deal with the devil on this floor, strangely enough. Although I am a little bit worried about our HP, I think overall the future's pretty bright on this run. The big thing is, Keep yourself out of harm's way. Stop hitting yourself, if possible. Like, it would be for the best. Let the game give you the damage penalty. Don't take the damage penalty yourself, you know? Well, this guy tilted towards me. That's actually something I've never, to the best of my knowledge, seen before. Okay, the Forsaken. At least we got the damage done before he became invincible. I was worried we might waste Mr. Boom there. We did get a deal with the devil, which is unfortunate. It means we wasted our Joker card, but that's actually also fine. I think we gotta go. I don't really want to, but I think we have to, in order to keep pace for boss rush. Because otherwise, if I start to have to go a lot faster once we get down to these floors, you may have noticed I have a tendency to take a little bit of damage in the process there. That was horrible. So recently I used Hematemesis on a second secret room, and it did not have the results I would have expected. I'm hoping that that is just a one-off, you know, freak accident sort of scenario. I will say that in terms of our, like, there's two different spectrums to look at it daily, right? In terms of our run, the run looks okay. A little bit low on HP. In terms of score, I think the score is actually pretty high. Oftentimes recently I've been like, our scores are getting, you know, too high to get over, too low to get under. We're stuck in the middle and the pain is thunder. But in actuality, like, I feel like we're at least, you know, 500 to 1,000 points higher than we normally are at this point. And I really don't know why. Which is, again, a great personal failing, but I appreciate it either way. I don't really want to do that. I mean, it is worth doing for the exploration bonus. I don't really want to take the time to do that. We'll see, though. Okay, we'll buy a Wheel of Fortune card. We could raise our deal with the devil chances in there as well, which might actually be worth it considering we got Mr. Boom. Not sure, though. Secret room is there, which means we can't get into this room cheaper. So let's try it, and it is risky, but one Spirit Heart payout does it for us. You know, one makes you larger. Okay, throw down this right here. Wheel of Fortune's there. What is this one? Something's wrong. Don't think that's particularly good either. Bad Trip. I'm drowsy. We'll pop I'm drowsy and take Bad Trip with us, which I then promptly replaced with something else. So that was a mistake, but I really don't want to spend to go back into it. But Bad Trip is the kind of pill that we're happy to have in our rotation, knowing that it could be good for us in the future. Of course, we knew it was in our rotation because less than 5 minutes ago, it almost killed us, which I was appreciative of because it taught me the value of human life again. And by appreciative of, I mean I crapped my pants, and now I'm pretty sure that I need to get new underwear. You see, the joke is that appreciate sounds almost like I'm pretty sure said with a demonstrable slurring of the words. I thought that was reasonably clever, given the fact that it was off the cuff, but I could be incorrect. Alright, these rooms are taking longer than I would like. That was also really bad. Most of the damage that we've taken has been from our own hand, which, you know, they don't delineate that when you get your damage penalty at the end. So it's not like we're going to get a bonus for it, but, you know, our dodges have been relatively good. It's just, you know, our brain is broken. We don't actually need store credit, but it's better than the lipstick. No, it's not, actually, because we've been getting black cards that are very useful. So the most that's going to save us is 15 cents. I don't think we should care that much about that. Only because they're frozen am I going to throw down Mr. Boom here. Yeah, don't get too close. Don't get too close. Don't get too close. It's hard not to, though, because you're trying to make sure you're actually dealing damage to them, and only conceivable way to do that easily is by getting close enough. Please. I really want to go to the item room. Don't make me go this slowly. I'm begging you. No deal with the devil. We got a range upgrade. We're going to be about 45 seconds slower than normal, which often, I was going to say always, but I changed it at the last second, oftentimes means that we're going to end up having to rush, taking some not so good damage. Okay, Pupilla Duplex is okay. It might actually be the case that it's better to have 1/3 of a bookworm charge, but I am going to also do this. And that's not the secret room, so we're going to go. Alright, we have to be pretty fast here. This is, I always underestimate the amount of time it takes to get through these late floors. It's also a bummer because it means that we're not going to get an arcade in all likelihood, unless we get like an Emperor card right now or something like that. So we want to keep our Hematemesis. Actually could save us, and it's possible we might need saving on Boss Rush. Like, this run is actually quite potent, but you always want to make sure that you can get where you need to go. Big waste of like 10 seconds there. Oh, just squeeze through the door. Okay, no, this is the wrong direction. Now, we do have 12 bombs and Mr. Boom. Mr. Boom, I think, is, because of our damage, is going to slow us down on occasion. AWAS. Just pop it right now. We don't need any special treatment here. I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, because of our damage, I feel like Mr. Boom is going to slow us down on a lot of rooms, just waiting for it to explode, and then if it doesn't hit properly, we wasted all that time, so I am going to speed through some of these rooms, though. Like, that room was going to take us probably like 15 seconds, and that's 15 seconds we can't afford to waste right now. We will go back for that black card. We don't really need the key. And here we will take Key Beggar, just because it's the only item out of those two that's not trash. I don't know if it'll ever actually work out for us. Had to wait for that guy to die anyway. Like I said, and of course now we get the arcade. This is my fault for taking longer on earlier floors, by the way. I accept that 100%. And we did find our mom fight. I think we should go to it right away, because depending on the tiers that we get, we might... I know we could go to the shop as well, but depending on the tiers that we get from Fruitcake, it might take us, you know, 10 seconds, and it might take us like 45 seconds, so... I really think we want to be in here as fast as possible. See, that was very good. Stacking up some black hearts as well. That's fine. We're going to make it with just a little bit of time to spare. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, this is fine. Even if it's Krampus, it's fine. Definitely Pentagram, not so much the other one. We took the negative, and now, on Boss Rush, both of these items are bad. So we will take Kidney Bean, and then get the heck out of there. Is Mr. Boom better or worse than Kidney Bean? I mean, they're pretty close. And what's our game on Boss Rush? Well, very specifically, I think we want to summon as many black hearts as possible from the ether. So we have the occasional Serpent's Kiss. That's what I'm going to be banking on, to be honest with you. But I expect this to be a bit of a messy boss rush. We're not actually in that bad of a position. Like, we have 10 damage and a decent rate of fire. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Not only do we have 10 damage, but much of the time we have substantially more powerful tiers than that because of the fruitcake effects. Sometimes they hurt us, but that's life. I hate dealing with those enemies, because the normal technique is you just get super close to them, but if you get super close to them, your tiers are liable to explode. Just want to land like a, Godhead will work, an explosive tier will work, and Blinding Light is the other big one. So I'm trying to use Mr. Boom whenever plausible. I think it's kind of overrated here. But whenever it lands, it is going to do some damage. The only question is whether or not it's worth the time investment in the first place. So we do have, like, this is a classic daily. It's a comprehensive daily. What I mean by that is we got to do everything. So we still need to make it to Hush. So this run is certainly far from over. Like, we have not... What is that tier doing there? It's freaking me out. We have certainly not just, like... We can't write off the rest of the run, is what I'm trying to say, despite the speech center in my brain apparently not working for whatever reason. So we have to finish Boss Rush either in a timely fashion, or we gotta rush like crazy once we get through here, which is also plausible. I don't think it's going too slowly, but, and you see what I mean, by the way? Like, I was doing yesterday's daily, and I was like, why are my points so low relative to where I would normally expect them to be at this point? Today's run, I think we've taken more damage, And yet at the same time, we have a much higher score. But I think that might actually be because of consumables. Now that I look at it, we have 72 cents. That's got to be worth a few thousand points in and of itself, right? Maybe not a few thousand, maybe like 1,000. So I thought we left here with like 11,000 points on yesterday's daily. And yesterday's daily was really good. You gotta go. No, like I know you're also annoying, but the cage has gotta go. The genuine cage. So I think it's realistic to expect to be out of here by 25 minutes. I think 24 is maybe a little optimistic. That was good. If we can be out of here by 25 minutes, that gives us 2.5 minutes per floor. That's really not a lot of time. But it might be enough. Especially, like, this would be a really good time for us to get something very, very good from our boss rush. And obviously, Kidney Bean was not it. We also have a great amount of leverage for the Hush fight specifically, like... The fact, not the Hush fight, I should say. That's gonna be hell. But for the Hush floor, like we've got the money necessary to get some good stuff done there, and we got the keys necessary to get some good stuff done there, and then we're gonna go to Delaware. Then we're gonna go to Washington. That Howard Dean reference, it's not getting the mileage I think it should, but maybe that's because it's a political reference before, or from before, you know, like most of my audience was really cognizant of the news. I just happened to be 16 when it was happening. It was a very formative year for me. It's probably the smartest I've ever been. There's myriad jokes embedded there. So like I said, oh, that was dumb. 24 minutes unreasonable. 25 minutes, basically compulsory if we want to still make it to the Hush fight. Otherwise, it's gonna have to be fast. To be fair, we only made it in here with like, you know, 8 seconds to spare or something like that. So it's not like we've really taken it super slowly on boss rush. I mean, we've mostly been playing fairly aggressively. Please tell me that's the end. Give me a 20-second head start. They've done it. Tiny Planet. Sure, why not? Let's fucking do it. It's St. Patrick's Day. Go crazy. Alright, head down to the next floor. Sinvicta just posted a PSA. PSA, posters are a pain in the ass to ship. This is not a PSA, I'm not in the poster selling industry, Sinvicta. I mean, I understand perhaps where you're coming from on that one, but at the same time, I sort of don't. I can't break the red poop, so that was a bad start. Don't let it get you down, though. Why did I take Tiny Planet if I needed to go fast? I actually think that having Tiny Planet might make it easier to stand far away from enemies to hit them. Now, that might seem like bullshit, and it might be bullshit, but... oh, the boss fight's right here. I actually think... Oh, you fucker. That's a dirty trick. I actually think that we might want to do this. See if we get anything useful out of here. So far, so bad, but... Oh, Tammy's head, though. Tammy's head could be worth the time that we spend in here to begin with. We're really, like, we're risking beating this floor in under a minute, which is pretty sweet. Now, we've also lost a lot of HP in the process, and we're gonna have to fight Hush, which is gonna be a fucking nightmare, but we're giving it the old college try at the very least. We can't take Locust of War, at least not right now. The last thing I would do is I would like to get into the curse room for free, which we cannot do, so goodbye. Keep in mind, we do have this hematemesis pill. And I'm waiting for, like, the second secret room trick to make something happen there. We'll take a speed upgrade that's not worth too much for us. And I blew up a skull with my own tear somehow. I'm slightly confused. Lump of coal. It's the perfect lump of coal opportunity. We don't need something's wrong. We do need to try hematemesis. So we're going to head down to the next floor. That floor was really good. Minus the damage penalty. This floor, we gotta be fast. I don't know about Tammy's head, but I do know that certainly seems like it's better than Mr. Boom, which I was not using, like, at all. Please tell me all of the hands are dead. I think we're gonna have more than enough time to make it to the mom fight, by the way. Or the mom's heart fight. Just trying to look. Yeah, like, the boss fight is so close. It's extremely lucky. We found the second secret room. It's not the room I'm looking for. Locked down. It's fairly irrelevant, honestly. What makes you small? I think we should go Hematemesis Bad Trip. Might allow us to get through our hush fight most easily. Now, I'm just looking around for, like... At this point, we've got a little time. So I'm thinking, like, tinted rocks are pretty valuable. Any kind of chest we can open is pretty valuable. Like, we can afford to spend regular... Wow. This is unlucky. We can afford to spend regular keys to open a chest, for example. Ace of Diamonds. Functionally worth very little. I think we've held it together on today's daily, though. I don't know if maybe we're missing something. I think it's conceivable that we're not, though. I think it's conceivable that things are just going completely fine. This red chest, dude, 2 spirit hearts would be so nice right now. 1 spirit heart is pretty okay, to be honest with you. I'm not doing this for the exploration bonus, by the way. I'm doing this to try to get HP. Because I know, like, we might get hit once or twice against Mom's Heart. That happens. But it's really all about this hush fight at this point, which could be a goddamn nightmare. So any opportunity to get more HP is not gonna fall on deaf ears right now. I'm gonna give it a try. The extra points we're getting are just a bonus, but we're actually killing things really quickly. Secret room. 2 more keys. I would like to raise our deal with the devil chance. Even if it's only 2%, you know, we got something out of that. 29 minutes, we should probably make it back to the mom fight. Just do, you know, 1 more room. There's a curse room, though, but it would cost us a lot to go in, but it could possibly give us a benefit as well. One thing's cool, though. We did go through the entire floor, so I give myself a little pat on the back for that. A couple of rooms we couldn't access, but with Hematemesis, we could probably get into the boss trap room, but we're getting into a little bit of, like, you know, seriously don't do that territory. Alright, so I'm hoping to just kill Mom without even having to deal with, like, these lasers. Or any enemies, but it didn't quite go that fast, but it was pretty close. There we go. No deal. We have to go to the hush fight. The hush fight is very, very, very important, and this is where I look at this run and I go, we might be screwed. So, let's go take a look. Isaac's heart is, like, non-negotiably bad. Right now, at least. Scapular's great, but Sad Bombs is very good. Peeler can get us to permanent negative invincibility, which is a meaningless sentence. Okay, so... You feel like the strength card is probably what we take into the fight. Blood bag. Cricket's head is lovely. IV bag, there's not really a use for it right now. So you can probably figure out where I'm going with this one, and that is Sad Bombs, and then 10 bombs. And then looking for tinted rocks. And I think we want Hematemesis over Bad Trip if we're only going to take 1 in. Or, like, because we want to take the strength card in as well. Because Bad Trip might not work on 1 heart. It might only work on a half heart. I'm not sure. I don't want to stand by that necessarily, but I think it might be the case. So let's pop this strength card. It actually really only improved our range. Sadly. So what's the game plan here? Basically, don't get hit and just keep firing at a reasonable distance to the enemy. We're doing a lot of damage, thanks to our tier effects, mostly. So the first phase of the Hush fight was not that difficult. The most important thing, like bar none, is just dodging. And we do want to use Sad Bombs in there, for sure. Most important thing is just don't get hit very much. Like that was not necessary. He is slowed, like, permanently. Just keep stacking up more shots. I'm gonna tell everybody to stack up more shots. That's Your Song by Elton John. Credit where credit is due. That means I can use it under fair use terms. I hope you don't mind that I fucked up the words to your Billboard Hot 200 #1 jam. So, hematemesis is really like our last gasp. I'd rather take it further into the run if we can. But if we have to use it here, oftentimes the Hush fight is extremely difficult. So, the most difficult fight we would expect to have over the course of this run. So, I'm not going to be, like, bitter if we have to use hematemesis. Also, these are some of the best sad bombs I think I've ever had. Stand still. Don't hit me. I got hit. Okay, run. What the fuck? Got traded like crazy there. Okay, so when do you pop hematemesis? Run. God damn it. Not being hit, not being hit. Basically right now, we've done it. We will survive. So the hematemesis pill ended up being extremely useful for us there. But we got it done. That was scary times, no doubt. Scary times, but we got through it. We got a bad trip pill to back us up here. Without any spirit hearts, I'm not really feeling like we're probably going to be too happy about using the peeler. So we're just going to go down here, and life is going to be a little tough. I expect that winning this run, I don't know why I said that like a Michael Jackson impression. I expect that having to win this run, or winning this run, I should say, is going to require the use of this bad trip pill. So I'm not worried about not using it. That's fine. I understand that it's a necessity. Very stoked to have Rune Bag, by the way. But I'd like to keep this bad trip pill alive as long as is necessary, or as long as is possible. And so far, that room went very well. You know, Rune Bag is great for us. On top of that... Oh, I didn't even see that. The gods. Very good. I think we do want black lipstick. I'm not sure if that's fully responsible for the black hearts we've been getting. But even if it's like 5% responsible, one black heart could win the run. So, you know, let's... strike while the iron's hot. Play the hot hand. That's the expression. Let's play the hot hand. Basically saying, you know, if something's working for you, don't mess it up. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't know, dude. Just at this point, I'm like, this is the scaredest I've been on a run this strong in quite some time. That was, I don't know what that was, actually. Dim Bulb, I don't think is, I mean, we could probably have Dim Bulb replace Lockpick at this point. And what's the stat bonus on this, anyway? It might be great. What did I get hit by there? Like, one of his shots lasted longer. Yara and Bad Trip, this is, pardon me, totally fine. I guess we can't get those bombs to... Well, even if they get us a Spirit Heart, we can't grab it anyway, so... That's what I'm trying to say. You try to use Tammy's head against the first... the first foot wave that shows up. Again, we're taking damage, but I think that we're not in that bad of a position. Keep in mind we're going to fight Mega Satan. Jason Magna Satan. So we are going to get like a 6,000 point bonus there or something. Where are we going to finish this run? I think conceivably we're probably going to be in the mid-40s, which means we probably missed... Well, we took more damage than we should have. And we probably missed some braking potential. I don't know why my speed is capped at 1.8 instead of 2. Must be something we picked up. Got a Spirit Hearts. I think we maybe went a little under where we could have been on this run. Like, I think there's probably some avenues that... Ah, shit. Can't get far away from these guys. There's probably some avenues maybe we didn't pursue that would have worked out for us, or, you know, something along those lines. Maybe that arcade on the depths, too, could have given us a few extra 1,000 points. I don't think that's much of a stretch, honestly. But I think we shouldn't underestimate ourselves. I think that a lot of people will have died on this daily. Convalesce. Infested. One makes you larger. I am going to go to the shop. Or, sorry, the curse room. I regret it, like, immediately, but I figured I wanted to go. Never opened that one. I wanted to go because we wanted to grab this Eternal Heart anyway, so no big deal. Now, what are we going to Yera? We don't have Contract from Below, so we could Yera the red chest at the start, hoping that some of them have Spirit Hearts in them. Or we could Yera our first item drop. We're only going to get one chest at a time, which means the best we're going to do is 2 and then waiting for another Yera rune. But I think I'll probably double the red chests. Maybe there's an outside chance we can engineer Guppy, but really I'm just looking for, like, another Spirit Heart payout. Something that has a better chance to keep us alive, because things are a little touchy. I think we will win now, though, if I'm being honest. I think we'll not die on this run. So we're at 36,000 here. Yera it up. So that's going to be, like, double spiders. That's going to be double bombs. That's going to be double spiders. That's going to be double pills. And the pills are addicted and something's wrong. Something's wrong might not necessarily be a bad pill. I don't really understand it, but that doesn't mean it's bad. As long as we have Bad Trip to fight Mega Satan, I feel okay. Bob's Brain. I don't know. I feel like anything that increases our odds of taking damage by our own hand should be rendered, like, inadmissible right now. Oh, we're gonna get tons of chests down here. I didn't even realize until now, but yeah. Yera again. That's good, actually. That's fine by me. We'll double our next item drop, which will probably happen right here. But yeah, we would expect to get an item drop, like, every single room. So an early contract from below or something would be very, very useful. So we're gonna Yera it. It's another Yera. So we basically created a chest in here. I'm going to open them up right away. So we got Teleport 2.0, Rosary, Backstabber, Technology. I don't think we want Technology, but we'll take Rosary Bead, Backstabber, and not Teleport 2.0 because it gives us nothing. But we could have waited for another Yera room, but might never show up. So I figured the 3 Spirit Hearts from Rosary Bead are probably the best to get there, but Tech Point 5 is also great. Mom's Razor. Gives us the Mom transformation. And also an orbital, which is nice. Lazrags actually gives us one more hit of damage that we can take. So we'll pop Bad Trip, and then if we die, we'll use Lazrags. It's not that bad. So yeah, I'm thinking like low 40s is probably where we finish this run. And of course, when I go to Greedbud to look at the, like how I ranked yesterday, the homepage is like top scores today. I saw some scores in like the 55,000 range. So I'm probably not going to be looking at striking at the very top of the leaderboards, but I feel relatively proud of the way that we played today. We took a zany item that ended up working out actually very nicely for us. I think the Tiny Planet is a boon to this run as opposed to a negative. I think we missed some sort of point seam, but it wasn't like a seam about how to get down to the next level. So it didn't compromise our ability to complete the daily, it just compromised our ability to, you know, have our name up in lights at the end. And there's also, I mean, Jacob's Ladder is amazing here, but there's also the possibility that maybe there's a few people in the 50s and everybody else is down here at the 40s with me, in which case, you know, we could stand a reasonable chance to maybe be top 200, top 100. Really, top 100 is like as optimistic as I get. Sometimes we end up in the top 50. We've even been in the top 30 once or twice, but it's not the kind of thing I'd feel happy to predict because it's a lot of bravado that can potentially go wrong pretty easily. And again, another good daily. Well, a little bit under the weather here. So I'm proud of myself for that as well. Again, it's an easy excuse to not rank well, and yet here we are. No, not knowing that we're going to rank well, but at least assuming we're in the conversation. Dude, please, these shots never die. They last for... Oh, because they're sad bombs as well. I see. Okay, so... All that for telepathy for dummies, which actually might be great considering our weird homing tiers here, but... So Bad Trip is the linchpin of this whole run right now. We want to use... Oh, we have 16 sad bombs as well, so we'll be using the crap out of those, but... Bad Trip and something's wrong. Let's do it. Could have looked for the secret rooms. Should have looked for the secret rooms. But I think that the Mega Satan fight is not going to be that bad. Like, we're going to kick the crap out of this dude. Where do you use Tammy's head? I feel like you should use it on the second phase, and you might not have to fight the second phase at all. Like, this is the most annoying wave of enemies, in my opinion. I'd rather fight one angel statue at a time than have to deal with those guys. And if those guys go down easy, then we know that this is going to be an easy run. So, yeah, this is no problem. Bad Trip actually did not matter at all, which is very surprising to me. The Hush fight was looking intense. You know what? Our tiers look like Dixie cups, like paper cup designs that you got in the 1990s. This is what everything looked like in 1994. It all had like lightning bolts and weird squiggles on it because it was, you know, the era of being extreme. That was a good run. I feel relatively proud of that daily. And we will get like a couple extra points. We ranked 134, which I think is very respectable. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.